For me, a little family for me. You know I love you for me. Please stay with me, ever me. A little family for me. You know I love you for me. Please stay with me, ever me. A little family for me. You know I love you for me. Please stay with me, ever me. Me, for me, you know I love you for me. Please stay with me. Baby girl, I got another way. I love you every day and night. I go still the one to you. Let me be your superstar. Gonna take you high to the sky. Oh, Lord, for me, for me. You want me more fair value. Mama, she shakara kara. Kimberly Fiasha, you're my one desire.
A very warm welcome to all our listeners around the world. You're welcome to the Tony Tukumbo Fernandez Show, a show that promotes the true life and success stories of African and Caribbean achievers around the world. So if there's a product or initiative you wish to share, feel free to give us a call. Our number is 0788 280 9005. That number once again is 0788 280 9005. Also, check out our website at www.tonyfernandez.co.uk. We have some amazing guests lined up for the rest of the year. So we'll continue to keep you posted with some of our great initiatives. And after 2 years of COVID, we also will be organizing the Black History Month celebrations at the UK House of Parliament again this year in October. But on today's show, we have an amazing guest who is very passionate about so many things in life. And I believe she follows her heart in proclaiming her vision in making great things happen. She today is the CEO of Kenya in the Park, and I've known her for quite a number of years now, so it's always a pleasure to have LYDIA on the Tony Tukumbo Fernandez Show. And normally you're very energetic, all over the place, hardworking. This is the first time I'm seeing you very calm today. For the benefit of all our listeners, can you just tell them a bit about yourself, your background, and the things you're most passionate about in life?
First of all, I want to say thank you so much, Tony Tukumbo, for this platform. It's not taken for granted, so thank you so much. Well, like you said, my name is Lydia Tetolet, and I always say I don't like introducing myself where I'm from. I just do this, yay, and everybody knows, oh, she's from Kenya. That's enough. So yeah, so I'm from Kenya, and I'm so passionate also about my own country. So everywhere I go, I brand Kenya because I'm a proud African. And then Kenyan as well. So, and I'm an entrepreneur. I do a lot of different stuff. I'm into Nollywood acting. I'm into culture. I teach culture in schools. I'm into events management and organization. I'm into hosting events, and I'm an MC, master of ceremony. I'm a mother, a single mother of 3 beautiful girls as well. And that is a very big responsibility. I think that's the biggest above all of it, especially as a single mother in this country. And I'm also very passionate about insurance in our African community or in our Black community. So I do insurance as well. And that is something that a lot of Black people are missing out on, or it's because of there's no awareness really. So, and then I also have my talk show on Wednesdays, and I touch my talk show is around whatever happens in the world. So it's an open forum for everything, but we focus more on domestic violence and child molestation and girl empowerment. But it's about everything really, but we focus more on girls. And yeah, so in a nutshell, and I'm also a philanthropist. I have a charity in Kenya that I always support. It's a school. So we are trying to rebuild that school because I don't believe in giving handouts. We build, we have all these foreigners that go to our country and take clothes and shoes and food. So they make us dependent on them because they don't teach us how to fish. They give us the fish. So that means that we are dependent on them forever for stuff, for this, for food. But what I'm doing is, and Kenyan Friends in the Park we're doing is, we're building a school. So we're building, and the school is in one of the biggest slums in Africa, and one of the second biggest, largest slums in the whole world. And it's called Kibera. So what we're doing is, because of the houses, they're slums and they're dirty and everything. So we want to build a school where the children will come to a safe haven. When they're in there, they feel like, wow, this is different from home. So that's why the school was also made of shacks and mud and everything. So we brought that down. So we're building something really big for them and nice for them. Because if you help, I don't believe in just helping one child. I believe in helping the whole community, and building that school for us is how we can help the whole community. So yeah, so I'm an entrepreneur and I wear so many different hats.
You wear so many hats, and undoubtedly you're the most hardworking East African I've met here in
Wow,
the diaspora.
thank you.
And I sometimes I wonder, because some of the things you take on, you take the bull by the horn,
Mm.
and you do things which politicians around the world are meant to be doing.
Mm.
And it makes me think sometimes, what was life growing up like as a child? And
Mm.
when did it dawn on you? Because I know it did dawn on you
Mm.
that you were born to make a difference in life.
Mm. Actually, is when I was still a little girl, because my background growing up was not nice at all. And when I was a really young girl, I started working already, going to the market and bringing maize and mango and selling it to the builders, and going around and selling it to the builders. And the money that I get, I give my mom, and then the rest I go again to the market the next day, because my mom really struggled. It was 7 of us. 2 have passed on, may their soul rest in perfect peace. And I wouldn't say that we were poor. I would say that my dad misplaced his priorities, because he had a very good job, but yet it was just women and alcohol. So he totally misplaced his priorities. So we really, really struggled and we really suffered. And I used to look at my upbringing, and from then I said, this is not going to be my life. I don't want to, if I was ever to have children, I don't want my children to go through the same thing I'm going through, and struggling, and there was no, and because of poverty, where there's poverty, sometimes there's lack of love. Because if you broke a glass, the beatings you'll receive, because is now I'm thinking, why were we being so punished because of little things that didn't matter? But it mattered to them because they didn't have the money. That was the only money they had. Probably the woman worked so hard to just get sugar. And then she comes home and she finds that you are careless with the sugar. The sugar dropped and there's nothing else left. And she's thinking, where am I going to get another sugar? So she'll beat the hell out of you, not even thinking that I'm beating her. The sugar will not come back. It's gone already. But it's a poverty mentality. That's a poverty mentality. And because of that, there's so much struggle and so much depression and so much stress and so much abuse as well. Because if you have it and you find that your child spilled sugar, you won't beat them, because oh, I'll go and buy another one. So because of the environment I grew in, it was a very hostile environment. It's something that I said, I'm not gonna, this is it. And because as a little girl, I was helping my mom, I made a difference in our own house, because I was the first one to buy my mom a TV. We never had a TV, so I was the first one to buy my mom a TV. We had our chairs were so broken and rotten. I'm the one who repaired them for my mom. So from them, I knew that I'm here to make a difference.
Now, you, in making a difference in people's lives today, you're creating legacies every day. People do not talk about legacies. They talk a lot about success, but they don't really talk about legacies. When you, for the benefit of all our listeners today, how important would you say it is for our listeners to follow their hearts in pursuing their dreams?
Well, it's important because as you follow your dream, don't forget that as you whatever you're doing as a human being, that's why we say that you have to be very careful what you do. There's somebody who is watching. There's somebody who is working hard because they see you working hard. There's somebody who is following their dreams because they see you follow your dreams. So when you fall with so many other people, either knowingly or unknowingly. So every time we have to pursue to make sure that I reach my goals. It's not how you get there, but just to make sure that I get there regardless. I can fall, and I always tell people, don't be scared of failure because you fail and you get up. The only time that you are termed or seen as a failure is when you fall and stay down. But anytime you fall, get up. Make sure you follow your dreams. Make sure you follow it at the latter. Nothing is left behind. It doesn't matter how you get there. The fact is, you get there. And as you get there, you're inspiring and motivating and transforming so many other lives behind you that you don't even know about. Because sometimes I receive phone calls and people are telling me, oh, Lydia, I watched you here. I saw this. Oh, my God, it's because you're doing this. So I know that as I'm thriving to get to my goals, someone else is striving to get to their goals because of what they see me do. That's why as human beings, we have to be very careful what we do and what we say because it affects other people behind us.
And today you've added another brand to your portfolio for very many years, Kenya in the Park, which attracts over 6,000 visitors from around the world every single year. It's amazing. I've been to the events, and it's simply amazing. For the benefit of all our listeners listening in today, can you tell us a bit more about Kenya in the Park and how it all started?
Thank you so much. In fact, it's Kenya and Friends in the Park, and that's where you come because you're a friend of Kenya. Because we do want to leave it as Kenya in the Park because then that's the limitation, and we're not being inclusive to other communities. So that's why we say Kenya and Friends in the Park. So the friends of Kenya are any other country that is not Kenyan. And yes, it's been a very great success since the inception in 2015. Now, the reason why I started Kenyan Friends in the Park is actually really personal because first of all, there's a lady that I knew that committed suicide. She was 28 years old. And the letter she left behind was she was lonely. I was thinking, wow, how can someone be lonely to this extent of committing suicide because they're alone and they don't know what to do? So I said, what can I do to bring Kenyans together? Because the thing is, Tony, the days we left our countries, which is some years back, there was no mobile phone. So we left and there's no way we can communicate with our friends. But probably those friends are here as well, but we don't know. So I was thinking, if I was to do something that would bring Kenyans together, somebody might even rekindle their friendship with someone else that they had not seen for years. So that was in my thoughts. But while I was still processing, how am I going to do it? How is it going to be? Because it was a very big, scary dream. But I said, I'm going to execute this dream. So help me, God. And by the time I was still processing this, another Ugandan girl, died of starvation. And then five days later, her 5-year-old daughter also died. And I was thinking that is the most painful death somebody can go through. Starvation in the UK. So where was the government? Where was the friends? Where was the family? Where was the community? You know, and I said, and you know as well as I do that sometimes some people don't have their documentation right yet. So probably she didn't have that. So she thought, I can't even go and ask for help from the government because probably they'll deport me. So when that happened, no, that broke my heart. I said, you know what, that's it. And then there's also this element of we are sending money back home for them to build your house. And this happens everywhere across the world. You send money, 3 things happen. They either don't build you anything, there's nothing at all, but they're sending you pictures of beautiful houses and you're thinking, wow, my house is here. And again, some people don't have documentation, so they can't go back home to do that thing, to do those things themselves. So they send money to family or friends or parents. And then the second thing, they'll build your house, but the house will be like this. Maybe you send £1,000,000 and they only use 1,000. So the house is totally not a house. And then the third one, they've built a beautiful, beautiful house. The house you wanted, but it's in their name. So that house is never yours. So all that thing, and I was thinking, I've met Kenyans who are saying, I'll never invest in Kenya because I did this, my parents did this, my family did this, my friends did this. So all that was part of the initiation of Kenyan Friends in the Park. And so now, sorry, let me just drink some water. Sorry. Sorry, Tony. So I thought if I bring investors, there won't be a third party. It will be just you and the investors. So nobody else. So that as well, again, it repairs the relationship between you and your friends or you and your parents, because you're not sending the money anymore to do anything for you. So we always bring investors from Kenya to come. So it's you and the investor. And these are investors that are genuine. They've been credited by the Foreign Affairs Office in Kenya and by the mission here in the UK as well. So that is all how Kenyan Friends in the Park started. And it was born in 2015. And since then, we've actually seen growth and growth each year.
And then coming back to how Kenya in the Park first started, your vision was also inspired by a legacy, once again. Very, very
Exactly.
beautiful. And
yes.
2 weeks' time from now, June the 25th and June the 26th, we'll be having another annual festival for Kenya in the Park. Can you tell our listeners around the world what to expect this year from Kenya in the Park and where they can get their tickets?
Okay, so thank you so much for that. But we're going back again from yesterday. Something happened, and this is something that we've not told the world, but I'm saying it now because this is a platform that we can start using. Kenya in the Park has been moved to 23rd and the 24th of July now. And the reason being is beyond our control. The reason being the people that we invited from Kenya, because like I said, we have investors coming. None of them have been given visas yet. The visa department just called us on Friday and told us that they're still in the level of decision level, because there's different levels. So we asked, but these people applied from 12th of May, and they said it's because of the backlog of COVID. They have 2 years backlog. So now you need to apply at least 7 weeks prior. But we only applied because their website says 3 weeks. So we applied 4 weeks prior. Some applied 5 weeks prior, but that is still not enough. So this is something that is out of our hands. There's nothing we can do. We can't write to them. The only thing we can write to them and tell them, look, speed the process, which they've responded and said this, they're speeding it, but there's no way they'll still get their visas before the 25th and 26th. So we are moving it to 23rd and 24th of July, and this is the first time everybody's hearing about this, because this only happened on Friday.
The timing is still right. Things happen for a reason in our life.
Yes.
So for the benefit of all our listeners around the world, is the 23rd and the 24th of July this year.
Yes.
And what do we expect on that day? What will the whole world expect on that day?
That day, as much as we've been locked out for 2 years, 2 years is a lot. So now we're coming out. We're coming out to mingle. We're coming out to network. We're coming to socialize. We're coming to eat. We're coming to invest. So this is something that Kenya in the Park always promises the people who are attending, because I know you've been there selling your books and people have been blessed so much by reading your books. So we always say that everybody who comes through Kenyan Friends in the Park, they never leave the same. They leave educated, transformed, inspired, and motivated because of some people who I've seen the testimonials of Kenyan Friends in the Park is We have people who have met, they've never met for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years. So that is something that you leave that place transformed, because now you've met the people that you never even thought you'll ever meet again. And we've also had people who now they have their own keys, they're landlords. People never thought that they can even own a property. Now they have keys to their own homes. And then we also have people who they've never said, use example, my daughter, I'll just use as an example. When we first went to Kenya in the park, she thought this is how Kenya is. And she was like, oh, mommy, I really like this, because she thought this is Kenya. And I told her, no, this is not how Kenya is, because she met other Kenyans. She saw their culture. She saw the richness in their culture, in the food, in the people, in the language, because it's only me in the house that will speak the language because I'm a single mother. But when she went there, she saw all the youths, her age mates are speaking Swahili, and it was so nice. So that as well, you leave that place different. And then we also have people who met there, they got married as well. So, and if you ask them, they say, oh, we met in Kenyan friends in the park, and they got married. And we have so many different things that happen. So that day, your expectation, I'm sure, will be fulfilled. If you're only coming to mingle with people, to network, to socialize, to eat, or even investment, or to even open an account in Kenya, all that is there. And you know that we also, friends of Kenyan who are not Kenyans are also, Kenya is a big market. So it's open for investment for people who are not Kenyans.
On a very final note, because you mentioned investments right now,
yes,
for the benefit of all our listeners listening today, who wants to invest in Kenya and other parts of East Africa, why should they attend Kenya in the Park?
Well, first of all, not just to say, come and meet Kenyans. We're very friendly people, very friendly people. But if you want to invest, you know that you're investing with a genuine company. Because the thing is, most of the time, we meet with friends and we start talking on the phone, and you say, oh, I'm from so-and-so, whichever country, and maybe you've always wanted to invest in that country. And now, because you've met this person on the phone, they sell you the dream, but there's no dream. But now, by you coming to Kenyan Friends in the Park, you're not going to just meet an individual selling you a dream, but you're going to meet a genuine company selling you a real dream, a genuine dream. So for those people who want to come and get the investors, they are there. Whether it's a property, and we all know how investing in property is a hot cake. And when you're investing in property as well, there's no cartels. Because we know that each country, we have cartels. When you're doing business and your business is prospering, cartels are there behind you. But with the property, you have no cartels. It's a very peaceful, and you get the return of investment very quick. Properties.
On a very, very final note, what message do you have for all our listeners around the world today?
Well, all I can say is be yourself, be you. Don't try to be Tony, don't try to be Lydia. And that's why I always say in every platform that I go to, just be who God created you to be. Ask God, what's my purpose in this earth? What am I here to do? I don't want to be like anybody else, because the thing is, when we see somebody driving a big car outside, or we see Lydia thriving or Tony thriving, you don't know what they're going through behind closed doors. And can you take, because if you say you only want to be like somebody, you cannot say you only want the good. You have to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. But can you handle it? Can you handle it? Lydia can handle it because that's her cup. Tony can handle it because that's his cup. So you also have your own cup. And whatever you do, please just focus, stay focused, determination, consistency really, really matters. If you start something and it's so small and you're thinking, oh, nobody's even listening. No, that's not it. Because if you change only one person's life, it means a lot. Because probably that one person was the only person you're meant to change. So be consistent in whatever you're doing, have passion in whatever you're doing, and don't think of money first. Work so money, so you can be a magnet to attract money. So you work first and let your money, let you be a magnet. But if you want to start thinking, oh, I want to do this, and then think of money first, you'll never succeed. Because if that money doesn't come, you're disappointed. So you're not going to do it because you're thinking, oh, but I was doing this to get £1,000. I'm not getting anything. Let me shut it down. No, but do it so that when you do it so well, one day the £1,000 will just be coming because now you're a magnet of attracting good things. So that's what I can tell the listeners. And I can also say thank you so much for listening. And Tony, thank you so much for the platform as well.
We're very, very proud of you. And congratulations in advance for all the many more legacies you're going to create tomorrow. God bless you and see you in July.
Thank you so much.
God bless.